Good evening, afternoon, evening. It's a little warm in here. I apologize for that, so we'll try to get through before anybody faints. If anybody does feel like they need water, just raise your hand. We have two city council people with us today, and a commissioner. And three bills before us today that will improve our city's transportation network for people with disabilities. The first bill is introductory number 183A, sponsored by council members Brewer here, Chin, Ferraris, Capel, Landa, Nelson, Rose, Seabrook, Levin, Jackson, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Koo, Mealy, Van Bremer, Vaca, Lappin, Dickens, Barron, Gennaro, and Williams. This legislation will codify the Department of Transportation's existing accessible pedestrian signal program and require the installation of 25 accessible pedestrian signals every year. Accessible pedestrian signals emit a clicking sound to alert pedestrians who are blind or have low vision when the walk phase is available at a given intersection. In addition to installing these signals, the department would report on its progress implementing the program and also identify 50 intersections where it expects to install accessible pedestrian signals in the coming years. The Department of Transportation annually installs approximately 25 signals, and this legislation will ensure that the department continues this work in the years to come. The next bill before us is introductory number 745A, sponsored by council members Vaca with us, Williams, Brewer, Cabrera, Chin, Dickens, Eugenie, Ferraris, Fiddler, James, Koslowitz, Lander, Mike Viverito, Palmer, Recchia, Rose, Seabrook, Rodriguez, Drum, Capel, Van, Jackson, Gonzalez, Koo, Mealy, Van Bremer, Reyna, Lappin, Barron, Gennaro, and Levin. This legislation will ensure that certain information on the Department of Transportation's websites is accessible to people who are blind or have low vision. It requires the department to post information relating to major transportation projects and the installation and removal of bicycle lanes, pedestrian plazas, and certain pedestrian signals, all in a format that can be accessed by those who are blind or who have low vision. The Department of Transportation makes great efforts to ensure that all users of our city's transportation network have access to the information they need, and this legislation is a step in that direction. The final bill before us today is introductory number 449A, sponsored by council members Capel, Cabrera, Chin, James, Mealy, Mendez, Nelson, Palmer, Van, Williams, Greenfield, Foster, Mark Viverito, Van Bremer, Barron, Brewer, Jackson, Rodriguez, Lappin, Rose, Dickens, Gennaro, Lander, and Levin. Introductory number 449A adds text to the livery passenger's Bill of Rights, explaining that the passenger has the right to request a wheelchair-accessible vehicle and be provided with equivalent service. Adding this language to the Bill of Rights will help inform the entire riding public of the Taxi and Limousine Commission's rules, helping to get the word out about this critical service provided to passengers who use wheelchairs. And I would like to thank Transportation Commissioner Jeanette Sedek-Khan, who's with us today, Taxi and Limousine Commission Chairman David Yaski, and the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities Acting Commissioner Jason Michel, as well as the staff for their work on these bills, along with my Office of City Legislative Affairs. I'd also like to thank the Council for approving this legislation. So let me first have our Commissioner for the Department of Transportation say some words.
Oh, great. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. These are two great bills. I think that will do a lot to improve the safety for blind and low vision New Yorkers. We have a program right now to install 25 audible pedestrian signals every year, and this is going to make sure that this is the path forward for years to come. So we're very excited about that. Also excited about getting information about major transportation projects in an accessible format online, again for blind and low vision New Yorkers. I also really want to thank Council members Vaca and Brewer for working so closely with our staffs to get this done, and their close collaboration, their advocacy efforts in this regard. And again, big thanks to Mayor Bloomberg for his work to make sure that we have the best, most sustainable, and safest streets in America.
And for the Mayor's Office of People with Disabilities, Acting Commissioner Jason Michel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say that I'm very encouraged by the steps that we are taking today. The Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities has been working hand in hand with the Department of Transportation on some of these initiatives, including the accessible pedestrian signals and detectable warning strips. In fact, we started the APS program even before the bill was put forward, but we're very happy that the City Council is involved, and we're going to continue our relationship and work to maximize the amount of APSs in the city. And I want to thank Chairman Vaca and Councilmember Brewer and the mayor for getting behind these accessibility initiatives, and we will continue to make great strides in making this city inclusive for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Gail?
Thank you, Mr.
Ladies first, sorry. I know you're the commission chair, but
I'm Gail Brewer, and I'm very appreciative of the mayor and particularly DOT and certainly the chair of the committee, Councilmember Vaca. I see Karen and people who have been part of the advocacy group, and they are as important as everybody standing here, and I want to thank you. I have been talking, as Jeanette knows, for a long time about APSs. I feel very strongly that those of us who have sight, we can cross safely. We want to make sure that everyone can. And anybody who's used an APS, it is a very low volume, but just appropriate for people who need it in order to be able to cross, who are low vision or who are blind. And I'm hoping, as I've learned from Karen and from others, the issue is not to just put APSs where there is some kind of a place where people go on a regular basis, but to put APSs where there's a busy intersection, where it might be more challenging to cross, and where people, just like anybody else, people low vision, go for work, for pleasure, or for visiting friends, or for appointments. And so I'm really excited. I think that the DOT understands this importance, and working with this wonderful chair, and you'll see some of his background as to why he's so interested. We're excited. Thank you very much.
I thank you, Mr. Mayor. I thank Commissioner Michelle, Commissioner Sada Khan. This is a very great day for me. I thank my colleague, Councilmember Brewer, and I want to thank the advocates who really make so much happen in this city. Lighthouse International stands out as a group that worked very hard on this legislation. Gail made reference to it. My father was blind until his passing in 2006, and I don't think that any of us can imagine what it is to walk the streets of our city not being able to see. It's not easy to imagine. It's even more difficult to endure. We want visually impaired and blind people to have as much independence as possible, even though we know that that independence does not come easy for this special community. We have over 340,000 people in our city who have limited sight. So what we're doing today, and I hope to do more through my committee and with the continued help of the mayor and all the commissioners, I think we can do more. We have to understand that when we talk about people with disabilities, it's not often the physical disability, it's often other disabilities too. We have a community of people, and we want to be inclusive of that community when we undertake legislation and when we think of our streetscapes and how to make our streets more friendly to everyone. So I thank my committee staff, my council staff. I can't thank them enough. I thank the city and the mayor and all his commissioners, Hayden Mastolsis, and everyone here in City Hall, because all of you have made good things happen today. Thank you.
Jimmy, thank you. We have 3 people that signed up to speak. Karen Gornge, is it, with a G at the end? Gorge. And then Arthur Goldstein and Deborah Rodriguez from the Helen Keller Services for the Blind, and last but not least, Lester Marks from the Lighthouse International. And the dog's name is what?
He's straight ahead. To my right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you so much to Council members Brewer and Vaca. You guys are fabulous. And if I can just have 1 second of personal privilege, I want to tell the mayor that Acting Commissioner Jason Michelle, he's doing Matt proud. We had such a great meeting with Jason yesterday, and I'm so happy that Jason's in this position. He's such a help to us already. And what I just wanted to say, it's sort of been said already, but this feels like a pretty momentous day because the city is now really saying in law that it is ready and willing to provide safety information to people who are blind and visually impaired, not just in front of agencies or where they think the people are, but throughout the city. and that's a matter of law, that's a matter of a civil right for us, and we're thrilled that that's happening. It's a beginning, as has been said, it's a start, and we are just, we're very excited to make, this the good beginning and make more happen so that we can catch up to Paris, which I understand has 60,000 of APSs. Yeah. And I guess I do have to still say, my goal, our dream, is that anytime there is a sign and the DOT puts up a sign that tells people to only cross with the walk sign, we need an APS there, guys, because we might be crossing those streets too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and we'll do, it's a start, but we're certainly not where we want to be. Arthur Goldstein with Deborah Rodriguez.
Hi, very briefly, I'm Deborah Rodriguez from Helen Keller Services for the Blind. I wanted to thank everybody involved with making this possible. For the people we provide services to, including many of my coworkers, accessibility means opportunity. Opportunity to be independent, an opportunity for a better quality of life. So I want to thank you.
I was just a date.
Way to go. And Lester Marks. Lester?
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Councilmember Vaca and Councilmember Brewer, who have been just staunch advocates for the visually impaired community. Intro 183 is a bill that really is, I hope, a start. And as Karen alluded to, we're proud of it. We're very happy that this is now codified. And I know, Mayor, that I think it's 622 days left that you have.
Something like that. Who's counting?
And that this
Actually,
will...
I think it's 623. I can tell you, it says at the top of all of my speeches the dates, and I thought I looked earlier it was 623. I'm not looking forward to the end, quite honestly. I think 12 years will be enough for the public. So I don't have to worry whether it's enough for me, but it's I look forward to every one of those days. And it's sad when you look and you see the end of something, but somebody once said that a great vacation is you love being there, but you're also happy to get home. So I think after 12 years, it's time to have another career. I don't know what that is, but I thought maybe movie star, sex symbol, something that I have the qualifications for.
I think you're well on the tracks for both. So
thank you.
But seriously, us at Lighthouse and as part of the PASS Coalition, the next 622 days we hope can really bring New York City and make New York City a leader for accessibility for people with a visual impairment. So obviously we urge you to sign this bill and thank you for your continued...
You can rest assured I will in a minute.
Thank you.
The only thing between me signing it and now is you.
I'll sit.
Would anybody else like to add anything? If not, I'll sign the bills.
Well, Karen, you can come up, Karen. And others, come up. David Yaski just arrived.
Okay, this is the 17th day. Depends on the day. I could do it for about a week, if the truth be known. Then I think I'd be over it, but that week would be fun. Okay, here's the first pen. Then I guess the council people, because if they didn't do this. Then we have commissioners. Thank you very much. This is a good day for New York. It's, I think Jimmy Vaca said it right. It's hard to imagine how you would cope with advantages or disadvantages that other people have. None of us ever know unless we're in that situation, but we have to understand each other and try to help each other. And nothing's ever going to be perfect, and there's always the economics, and the average person probably only cares about themselves, but I've always thought New Yorkers are more compassionate than people any place else, and hopefully we're doing the right thing. So congratulations.
Thank you.